Welcome back, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Dustin Ribellini in studio, and we are ready to go. Super Bowl Sunday coming up. Talked about the Patriots. Let's get into the Falcons. Before we get on the field, we talked about it a little bit last week where Dan Quinn had coached in a Super Bowl before. It might help him, maybe not specifically, but maybe he's been there.
Yep.
Matt Ryan, obviously not. What is Dan Quinn telling Matt Ryan? Obviously, Brady's been there. He's had the experience, but Matt Ryan has not. What's Dan Quinn telling him maybe right before they get in the tunnel or the day before when they do their walkthrough to kind of ease the nerves and get him ready?
Well, it may not be just Dan Quinn. It could be Eli Manning and Peyton Manning. We heard Matt Ryan had talked to them about what to do in Super Bowl. But for me, the biggest thing you can relate to a player like Matt Ryan, you got to do the best you can. Just be yourself.
Right.
You can't try to go out there and win the game on the first play or in the first quarter all by yourself. Do what you do best. Get your receivers involved early. Rely on your talented running backs and your good offensive line because we see these quarterbacks. There's going to be nerves. Tom Brady's going to be nervous too. Everybody's going to be nervous in this game.
Yeah.
The biggest thing early is just do what you do. Trust your team. Trust the rest of your players. You don't have to win. You don't have to go out and throw for 500 yards. You can win this game doing what you do and just stay calm early and avoid a big mistake that could swing the game.
Right, and that's the big thing we saw a number of years ago. The first snap for the Broncos off Peyton Manning's helmet, and it's a safety.
The Patriots had the safety against the Giants.
The safety, right, exactly. And it seems like, and you mentioned it before we started taping, the Patriots hadn't scored in any first quarters in the Super Bowls, but yet they've won 4 of them. So clearly, not scoring early does not put you in a hole. It's not making that big mistake. Like the Broncos did and the Patriots did in the Super Bowl. They lost to the Giants. So you're right. If Matt Ryan could just stay calm, have faith that his offense, even if they have to punt a couple times or only kick a field goal, his offense is the best in the league, and he knows he can get it done. Don't be trying to reach, because you can't win the game in the first quarter, but you can surely lose it.
Oh, absolutely. And we've seen that in the Super Bowls, like you said. The Broncos were done after that first snap over Peyton Manning's head. You look at the success the Giants had against the Patriots in both their Super Bowls. They didn't come out slinging the ball 40 times all over the field. They ran the ball.
Right.
They were very conservative early in the game and just did what they did, let the game settle in. Sure, there's going to be ups and downs in a game, but like you said, you can't win in the first quarter, but you can surely lose
Right.
it.
Okay, so getting to that Falcons offense, number 1 rated in the league, and who do they need involved? We talked about Julio Jones, obviously, and you mentioned the guys out of the backfield. The weapon that is it Sanu, if he's like that, Chris Hogan, if he's getting yardage early, or a chunk play, or is it special teams? What do they need to get off on the right foot? Other than not making mistakes.
Right, they have to involve other people besides Julio Jones.
Yeah.
They know when they need to if they got it. Look, Bill Belichick's going to have a game plan for Julio Jones. He's still going to get his catches and yards. I don't know if he's going to go over 100. He's going to be close. But they need to have Taylor Gabriel, Mohamed Sanu, the running backs, making plays. It can't just be a stand around and let Matt Ryan throw to Julio all the time. That's not going to win.
Right.
You have to prove to Bill Belichick and his staff that you can beat him. And then maybe they give you respect. That opens up Julio a little bit more. So for the Falcons, don't get out of your game plan.
Right.
Run the ball, throw your screens, involve everybody on your offense. Because once you get everybody involved, that's when the defense has to adjust.
And going back to a game earlier this year in the playoffs, the Packers and the Cowboys, when you talk about not getting out of your game plan, it seemed like the Cowboys kind of got out of their game plan late in the game. For whatever reason, they didn't run Ezekiel Elliott, and they were throwing it a lot, and it just seemed like Ezekiel Elliott was fine. And sometimes these teams panic, but they don't realize that, okay, so you get down 10-0 to the Patriots. Well, your offense is good, so you force the Patriots to punt, and you come right down. The game's not over. So with that being said, when you defend the Patriots, it's not a traditional high-powered offense. They're not going to go bombing it deep. But how do you defend that, and what are the signs that you're able to have some success? Even if you give up yardage, maybe holding out of the end zone helps, field goals. How do you defend that?
The biggest thing that I'm going to look for the Falcons, D, is discipline. The Patriots do a lot of window dressing, a lot of shifts, a lot of movement, a lot of tricky little things here and there. You got to trust your instincts and trust your play calling. You can't try to over pursue, maybe make a mistake, think that it's a run play. And we saw in the flea flicker, the Steelers got burned deep. You got to trust your cues and just stick to your game plan. Don't let all the window dressing confuse you. Make the play, let your instincts take over.
Right, because you could see the Patriots moving guys around on the defensive side, and then you check out of a play, but you really had the right play.
Right.
So you could overthink it, really.
Yeah,
and that's what it comes down to. Okay, so now if we talked about for the Patriots, if you're the Falcons, or you're watching from a Falcons perspective, first quarter, first 20 minutes, this team's going to win the game. I can see it on the field. Maybe they're not up big, but they're winning this battle. Which battle might that be?
don't overthink it.
Yeah.
You have 3rd and 1 on the first possession. Run the ball, get the first down, keep it going. We saw the Steelers. I think the Steelers totally overthought that game, tried to make the perfect play. If you're the Falcons, you have a short 3rd down, get the first down, continue to move the ball.
Right, exactly.
Avoid the mental mistake.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And sometimes it's easier said than done in the Super Bowls, but you're right. Just it's still 60 minutes, there's still a 100-yard field, and there's still 11 players on each side. So as they say, it's still the same game. We'll take a break, and we'll come back. We're going to talk a little bit about the Martellus Bennett injury. Obviously, he'll be playing in the big game on Sunday, but what percentage will he be at? He's clearly not 100%, so we'll talk about that when we come back. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.